good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. It's Thursday, July 11th. We got a lot to talk about. We're diving into the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me tell you, I changed my coffee this morning. Well, not my coffee, but my mug, because the other one was spilling crazy. I fixed the situation there. I feel a little bit better because I'm not spilling all over my desk, spilling my car, spilling over because that top wasn't working for me. It was messing up my whole morning. But I'm feeling a lot better today. Good morning to all you guys. If you read the thumbnail and you clicked on it, you came to the live stream, you know we are talking today about the Pittsburgh Steelers, news, rumors, things that are happening. And yeah, I got my headset on today. I got a lot of different situations going on here, fixing a lot of stuff in our program, so I cannot wait for that. I appreciate you guys joining as we do that. A lot of sponsorship talk, a lot of big deals coming in, big meetings today, this afternoon. So we're going to dive in today. We're going to talk about a lot of good things. I hope all of you are getting started and rolling into the end of your week. It's Thursday. Let's dive into the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk about Russell Wilson. Let's talk about Justin Fields. Let's talk about Cameron Sutton, what happened there. Let's talk about the impact players. Will the Steelers make the playoffs? NFL is back. We know a lot of things about, coaching there. They have a great situation. They're always 500 or better, right? They always have a winning season. They had some issues last year, some struggles with the quarterback position. We're going to dive into that and what's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers, what it looks like for this season, and that's what we're doing today. So, guys, welcome back to the show, and let's dive into that segment right now. Pittsburgh Steelers needs for 2024 NFL season. Now, look, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and a lot of people out there, we're going to get into the terrible towels. We're going to get into all those people out there who are going crazy in Pittsburgh. I actually went to Pittsburgh, played college football there. Did not play with the Steelers, left there, went to the Giants, had a little stint there, had a knee injury, then ended up down in Miami with the Dolphins. Could not play because of my knee. So anyway, I'm here now talking about sports because I love it. But the Pittsburgh Steelers have a great organization, strong, tough people, but they're missing a quarterback. Like Ben Roethlisberger was there for a long time. I played pretty well, right? Had some issues. A lot of quarterbacks do. You have injuries, yada, yada, yada. But overall, great career for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then you look at what's going on right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers, what they got to do, what they're bringing in, the players that they had to draft, and then most important that they have, the biggest problem, biggest concern, realistically, is the quarterback position, right? They're bringing Russell Wilson. We're going to go into why they brought him in. We're going to go into why they brought in Justin Fields, or hypothetically, or allegedly, why they did. But more importantly, we're going to dive into the roster and how they look for this upcoming season. Will they make the playoffs? What do they got to do better this season? But listen, I got a lot of pictures to pull up here in a second. They got some great players, guys that traded in, even guys like Minkah, Fitzpatrick. We're going to get into that too. Some great situations. But look, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the most important situation they got, similar to the New York Jets, is the quarterback position. Every team in the National Football League across the board, you got to make sure you got the right guy behind the center. I mean, running the plays, checking, doing what you got to do. And if Kenny Pickett came in last season, I mean, he was there for a little bit, obviously a little stint there, had some injuries, but then Kenny Pickett was gone. I got some images here, Kenny Pickett coming in. But I like Kenny Pickett. I didn't think he was the guy. Because I went to Pitt, he went to Pitt. I want to say, look, he's a nice guy. I didn't think he was that quality of an NFL quarterback, not hating on him, not throwing shade. Guy from Jersey. I hope he does well. I hope he balls out, looks better for me from the same area. I'm excited for Kenny Pickett. I just think the reality sinks in and goes, was Kenny Pickett the guy? They drafted him. He played at Pitt, so it was right next door. If you're not familiar, I should have pulled that picture up. When you're practicing in Pittsburgh, where I went to school at Pitt, so I know, you're practicing for the Pittsburgh Panthers, directly connected, on the south side, directly connected when you go over the bridge, you have the Steelers logo and the Panthers logo. The building is connected. You practice on the same field, on the outside field, and also in the indoor turf field, same thing. So when you come out, you got your training table, which is where you're going to eat every day, all kinds of food. You're eating the same food the Steelers are doing, everything the Steelers are doing. So I'm just saying it was right there. When Kenny Pickett got drafted and went to the Steelers, it was like, I understand what they did. I don't think it was a great idea. I think there was a lot of other players out there, but I think that they went with their gut. Nice guy from the area, putting butts in seats. They like Kenny Pickett, yada, yada, yada. Great. I just think what they need this season more than ever is to figure out that quarterback situation and figure it out now and let people know, look, Russell Wilson's our guy. He's going to start. He's going to be there for X, Y, Z, and then Justin Fields is our guy, right? Like that's kind of what it looks like for me. I'm just saying if they put it on the table, Let the locker room know, look, Russell Wilson is the guy. He's the guy. He's the veteran. He's going to step in. He's going to help everybody learn what's going on. He's going to help teach Justin Fields. And then this is our guy. If they make that be the commitment, then everyone in the locker room is going to go, I get it. I'm on board. Let's win football games. If they juggle it around where they say, hey, I'm not really sure if, Justin Fields is going to be, I'm not really sure if Russell Wilson is going to be starting. If you make it like that, like it's a battle until the first game, that's what every other team's supposed to do through preseason, offseason, OTAs. If you're not familiar, I'm going to fix this in the background. I apologize. A lot of things are going on here as they're fixing our engineering. I want to get on here today regardless. Give me 1 second. So basically what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I'm still looking at the situation like, okay, do they want to bring Justin Fields to be the guy, or do they want Russell Wilson to be the guy? But I'm just saying they got to make it black and white now for everyone to understand and get on board. If they do that, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be way better. The fan base will be way better because they understand what's going on. Nobody's going to miss a beat. That's going to be fine. And good morning to everyone that's coming in here right now. Kenyatta, Tracy, Devon, Brittany, Pitbull, Mama, Mile High. Let me pull up Brian. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, everybody. And Miss Lex, good morning to you. I know you had a lot of concerns out there, guys, in the chat right now. Miss Lex had some stuff going on out in Texas, lost power, having some issues, had to go to the gym and spend most of the time at the gym to get service for your phone. So right now, guys, in the chat, talk to Miss Lex, wish her everything. And right now, I wanted to say that because that was so important. Today is my wife's birthday. Brittany, we're going to pull some up for her. But even though I love my wife more than anything, we appreciate people. We want everybody to be safe. So we're going to say, Miss Lex, I hope that you're doing well. And make sure you have power out there. We want you to be safe. That's so important. But happy birthday, Brittany. And I got something to pull up for you. And we're going to go into that in a little bit. Actually, since brought to the attention in the chat right now, happy birthday, Brittany, my wife. Happy birthday to you. We love you. We appreciate you. You mean a lot to us. And we are more than grateful to have you in our household every single day. Without you, the house wouldn't operate the same. I would have a little bit less stress, maybe. But, hey, you know what? You make the house go around, and we greatly appreciate you. We love you, and we are so thankful to have you here. So, and I wanted to make that announcement after the show, but because everyone in the chat is showing so much love and appreciation, we had to do that now. So anyway, long story short, I greatly appreciate you, Brittany. Thank you, and happy birthday. So when you look at this picture here now, I want to just dive into that piece of the pie again. It's just really, really simple. They got to make a decision. And now, going into this, why did the Steelers sign Russell Wilson in the first place? Right? Russell Wilson was available. He was someone that they said, hey, look, he's available. Denver Broncos are benching him. They want to restructure his contract. They don't want, the Denver Broncos were basically saying, hey, we don't want Russell Wilson here unless he's going to ball out more. He started to win football games. They came back, hey, the Broncos are doing something. We like them. Almost like I said, the Jets with Aaron Rodgers and the Zach Wilson situation where it was like, love him or hate him, bounce around like a yo-yo. The Broncos didn't want him. And I got some pictures of Russell Wilson that he was with the Broncos. They didn't want him, right? And then, you know what? He was a cheap deal. Let's just call it like it is. He was a cheap deal. So the Steelers said, screw it, we'll take him. So they got him. They signed him. They brought him in. They said, hey, we got a guy for the foreseeable future. And if you go back and you take a look at my show early on last season when it started going, I said, listen, Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers. People are like, no way, it's not going to happen. I didn't say Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers for 10 years winning 5 Super Bowls. I just said Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers because it just makes sense right now because, I was saying that at the time, because they had Kenny Pickett, right? And Kenny Pickett was not going to get it done. It was also hurt. They had backups coming in. Russell Wilson's a veteran. He could step in. He didn't have a good situation out in Denver. They get him for a cheap deal. He comes in. He balls out for a year or two. They have someone to fill those shoes, fill that void, get it done, bring a little bit of morale. I'm not saying buy all the jerseys because I don't think he'll be there long. He'll step in, he'll get it done, and he can help build the career of Justin Fields. I think that's his all-time goal. And also, good morning to Mile High coming in. Good morning to you. Who else is in here? Geethro, good morning to you, too. You got Lions winning the Super Bowl. Okay, look, the Lions are balling out, too. I'm not going to lie. They got a good team. If you're in the chat right now, put your favorite team in there and drop the dice in the chat. Good morning to you guys that are coming in for the morning show today. We have a lot going on. But listen, I like the situation. I like them bringing in Russell Wilson. I like them doing this. I think it's a great idea. I just know, like I said, make it be known that this is the mold, your stepping stone to your quarterback. Tracy, how you doing this morning? I know you love the Eagles. I see it out there. Drop your teams in there right now and drop those dice in the chat. Put the wheels in the chat. We got a lot that's going to start happening. We appreciate you guys. Who else is coming in right now? Let me see who else is coming in so I can make an announcement here. Chad, how you feeling? Chad is in the building. Welcome to the live stream, guys. Let me throw this out there for a second. I didn't even get my freaking sound barriers going on out here, right? For everyone that's coming into the live stream, we got to show some freaking love out here, man. So I appreciate you guys. He is motivated, is in the building.
Make some noise!
So we're out here just getting a little discussion here. The Pittsburgh Steelers went into some of their needs. Right now we're going to some defensive stuff. And then also we're talking about Russell Wilson and what will happen. Will he help build Justin Fields? Sorry, I bounced around a little bit, but I want to be very clear on what I'm talking about here. And then is Justin Fields the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Like, this is a situation. Like, the Bears wanted to get rid of him. If you're in here right now, smack the like button right now for the NFL season that is back. Everyone that's in the live stream right now, hit that like button. We're growing, we're building. We got a lot to talk about. Some sponsors coming on here. Is Justin Fields the future? When I say the future, we're not talking a 2-3 year deal. We're talking, is he the guy? Is he the Brock Purdy with the 49ers? You know, is he the guy that, like, hey, we're extending your contract. You're going to be here. Is he the Tua? If Tua signs another deal, is he the Tua situation? Pitbull Mama, how you feeling in the live stream? We greatly appreciate you.
Make some noise!
Devon is in the building. So as we keep doing this, conversation, talk about Justin Fields and what he's doing, I want to pull up these pictures here because you've seen him here out there with the Bears. A little hard time, right? The Bears are like, we don't know. We want to let him go. We don't want him here. In the chat right now, in the polls, pick who you got, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. Who's going to be the main guy? Drop it in the chat right now, who you got. But this is Justin Fields out there with the Chicago Bears. Didn't work out, right? And then, look, he's with the Steelers now. He shows up. I can see him right now balling out for the Steelers. Is it for the long haul? Maybe. Some people say no. Some people say, no, we don't want him here. Some people say, look, he could have been great with Chicago. They didn't do it properly. Caleb Williams is not going to be a beast out there. They might say that. Look, he's not going to do any better. Justin Fields would have been the guy. So then you go realistically, you kind of look at what he brings to the table, right? Like, what does Justin Fields bring to the table for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Scrambling. Throwing the ball. I love seeing him in that Bears uniform, that whole orange. It was like, man, this guy looks like a beast out there. Look good, feel good, play good. I've been there on the field doing this a long time, so I know what it feels like. And I'm just saying, I like this move. Not sure he's there forever, but Justin Fields could be the guy that could turn the Steelers back into another momentum, start winning some games, get to the playoffs. The hype is there. I got this picture here because I want to talk about, I want to talk about the coaching situation for a minute. I believe this is important. And what I like about Coach Tomlin is he is on his players. He's not letting you get around with bullshit. He's not messing around. He's not letting you walk around and talk shit. He's not going to play the BS, if you want to say. He's going to be on top of you. And I believe that watching Justin Fields growing there, this is his goal. I don't think he believed he was going to get Justin Fields. So I want to rewind to that piece. Is he the future? I don't think the Steelers believed they were going to get Justin Fields. So they grabbed Russell Wilson. I talked about this before. They grabbed Russell Wilson. They said, look, we got to get a quarterback. Kenny Pickett's going to be gone. We're getting rid of him. We got to get a quarterback. They traded him. They picked up Russell Wilson. They said, we're good to go next season. We're built it around him. We got players. I'm going to go over the impact players. Look, they got receivers. They got defensive players. They got offensive players. They got running back. They are set as a team. They're built on the offense line a little bit. They can play with Russell Wilson. And excuse me from the background, they're still making some adjustments here. They can ball out with, Justin Fields, or they can ball out as well with Russell Wilson. So, and again, I apologize. We're fixing this situation back here. But I like the situation for Justin Fields to grow there. That's the most important part of what I wanted to say. And I don't think they believed they were going to get him, so they got Russell Wilson first. Now, also, we have another situation. Obviously, Cameron Sutton suspended 8 games without pay. This has been all through the media and all through the news and regulation. We know that. He's been in a situation now where he's not being paid. I got some images, actually, and some pieces of the pie that I screenshotted to make sure that I had it correct. But Cameron Sutton just gets there, and he gets suspended without pay. Let me see if I even have the images here. I do. I got some images. It was like battery, running from police, yada, yada, yada. He's going to miss several games. I mean, he's going to miss the first 8 games. This is a big deal. Why? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers are making some adjustments to get back on track, right? Like first it was, okay, we need a quarterback. Then it was players are injured. Who are we getting? The whole Antonio Brown situation, that was a whole other story. Antonio Brown put a dent, I think, in the Pittsburgh Steelers because he was a guy that people loved. He sold tickets. He put butts in seats. He was a highlight reel. He was a problem. I'll say that clear. He was a problem. I like how good he was as a player, but he was a problem. Right? I'm just saying. In the chat right now, everybody in there, drop the American flags in the chat. Get the USA chant going in the chat right now. We love all the countries around the world, but let's get that USA chat going. Let's put the freaking flags in the chat. Let's show love to our freaking country. I appreciate that. But look, Cameron Sutton suspended for 8 games with no pay. Right? So you get over there with the Lions. This was an issue. Then he gets here, and then he also gets no money. Like people forget about that. So now he's in there balling. You make a lot of money in the NFL in like 16 weeks, 17 weeks. If you're getting that paycheck, you're feeling pretty damn good walking around. Now you have no money. You got to practice through this whole time. It's hot as shit. You got to go into the season. You're suspended. Now you're kind of looked at like a little bit of a problem, right? That's an issue. And then people are like, okay, who's going to replace him? Other cornerbacks coming in to replace him. And then you start looking at the conduct policy, right? So running from the police, not turning himself in, battery, domestic, all these things are going on. And allegedly, right, until proven guilty, all this has to go through the whole situation and system and all that. So I'm not trying to say that and get this man any more trouble or try to say that I know what's going on with what behind the scenes. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, I understand that the Pittsburgh Steelers have to make decisions. And Cameron Sutton in the offseason, there's always something going on, every team. Right? Every team has somebody doing something they shouldn't do. I get it. There's always something going on. The Pittsburgh Steelers have this, right? So now let's move on to the next topic because we know that's a problem, but I want to also mention something else. Pittsburgh Steelers impact players, okay? We already know we can go through with Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. These are going to be some of their impact players this season. And then we look at some of the defense, right? We'll go to the offense again in a second, but let's talk about this for a second, right? So you got Cameron Hayward, look, beast player, right? Then you got TJ Watt, beast, was hurt a little bit last year. Then you got Minkah Fitzpatrick, beast, right? Came in from the Miami Dolphins, went out there playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are building the defense. I mean, look, I'm just saying the Pittsburgh Steelers have a lot of players. They have a lot of talent. They got to bring it together, right? They got to bring it together. And we can't forget that they also have Najee Harris. And it's so easy to forget sometimes. So you don't hear a lot of things going on. You hear a lot of names all the time. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who do they got? We can't forget that they got Najee Harris out there balling too. And when you got a guy running, breaking tackles, a strong guy like this, another impact player, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that you should worry about. And I'm not saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers are an overall Super Bowl team right now, but I'm just telling you, if they get the quarterback situation going and offensive line is blocking and getting it done, Pittsburgh Steelers have something to talk about this year. They're going to be waving those terrible towels. And I got some pictures of these fans out there waving those terrible towels. And let me tell you something. If you talk bad about the Pittsburgh Steelers, last season we were saying they might make the playoffs. They might not make the playoffs. We had people in the chat going crazy talking about, hey, look, don't talk about our Pittsburgh Steelers waving those terrible towels. They were going out of control, right? Like they were letting people be known, you're not going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? And then we have who will be the main event in the course of time. I believe Justin Fields coming over from the Chicago Bears in a uniform for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You are going to hear a lot of chants. If you do not have, Russell Wilson going out balling right away, you're going to hear Justin Fields. I promise you, you are going to hear those chants loud and clear in the first couple weeks if they don't start off 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. I promise you if they start the season 0-1, you are going to hear Justin Fields chants like never before just because they want to start winning again out in Pittsburgh. And look, last year, the first team Pro Bowl selections right here. Look, you got all-pro, you got TJ Watt, You got Minkah Fitzpatrick. These guys are ready to ball. They're ready to play. And really what it comes down to, what I believe is how great will Russell Wilson get out there and ball immediately for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is he going to get out there and learn the offense, become that veteran that he was? He was great with the Seahawks, right? Let's just say this. Instead of saying great, let's just say Russell Wilson was very good, right? And when you played the Seahawks, you knew what time it was. They had Marshawn Lynch. I mean, they had a great team, and it was great to watch Russell Wilson scramble, get outside the pocket, make plays with his legs. He did. He was, I want to say, without saying great, elite, I will say he was very good. He was a guy that when you played the Seahawks, you knew what time it was, and especially if you played out in Seattle, it was not going to be an easy rodeo. It was a tough game. And now, then he goes to the Denver Broncos, and you're like, Russell Wilson fell off. And then he gets another chance with the Pittsburgh Steelers to bring that back. He's not going to bring back old 23-year-old Russell Wilson, but to bring back the veteran version, the guy that can help build the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this is a great opportunity. How will he compare and compete with Justin Fields? That'll be the question as they move forward. But I like the Pittsburgh Steelers this season. But let's go on here to this piece of the pie. Will the Steelers make the playoffs? I think so. In the chat right now, what do you guys think? I see 70% people have said Russell Wilson for the polls. In the chat right now, will the Steelers make the playoffs this year? Yes or no? Drop it in the chat right now. Drop it right now in the chat. Will the Pittsburgh Steelers make the playoffs? And this is the division right here, the AFC North. They got the Baltimore Ravens, right? The Steelers also have the Browns, and they have the Bengals. So looking at this here, I hate to break it to you, this is a tough conference. This is a really tough division. The AFC North, Baltimore Ravens, obviously balling out. MVP quarterback, got rid of OBJ. They're going to bring in some more people. The Ravens are not going to be an easy ball club. Bengals, not going to be an easy ball club. Browns, not going to be an easy ball club. But the Steelers, will they make the playoffs? Drop it in the chat right now. Yes or no. Will they make the playoffs? And who do you think will win? Who do you think will win this division? You think the Ravens, think Lamar Jackson will take the Ravens back up to the top, win the division? The Bengals, the Browns. Who do you think will win this division? Put it in the chat. I want to see what you guys think. This is interesting because we're going to dive into your favorite teams as well. I can't wait to do that. Tomorrow we have some interesting teams. I believe we have the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow. So right now, break that down in a nutshell. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a lot of great talent. I think their biggest concern is going to be who's going to come out to the stadium, who's going to get it popping right away at the quarterback position, how great will they be? And this is the Pittsburgh Steelers stadium. When you stay across the night before, I'm going to break this down for you guys. When you stay across the night before and you're out there and you're looking in your hotel, I did it countless times playing for the Pittsburgh Panthers. When you're looking across the street at that hotel the night before, and you can see that stadium lit up at night because you're playing the next day, it's an exciting feeling. It's an exciting feeling, and let me tell you something. This is what it looks like when it gets filled up, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are waving those terrible towels, and they're going crazy, and they're letting it be known we are the Pittsburgh Steelers. When they have a great ball club, okay, and they can put it together, it's very tough to play there. Last couple years has not been that way, but now they have an opportunity. And who else is in here right now? Let me see. Keithro, how you feeling right now in the chat? Welcome to the live stream. Everyone coming in. We're going to dial into what we got going on. And then here's an image of it from the sky view, guys. Playing here was great. Had a lot of fun playing here in college. And look at this stadium. It's a great place, man. Like, really a great place, a lot of history. The steel mills go back in time. People were telling me stories when I was there. You don't know what it's like back in this steel mill. And you see these guys walking around. They're like 70 years old. They still got like soot on their face from like a long time ago, like stained. Like, I was in the steel mill. I'm like, man, look, I'm just playing football here, man. I've just got a couple years here. I'm trying to, I'm just looking at these guys going, there's history in this building, right? And so the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got to put it together. Will they be able to get to the playoffs? We will see about that based upon the quarterback play, obviously. And I see the wheels in the chat. We're going to be spinning that damn wheel. You better believe it. We're going to be spinning that wheel 150%. here coming up for the play-by-plays. I cannot wait to do that. And we are going to get the Mason Mob Fantasy Football League going. So in the chat right now, put a Y in the chat again to make sure we're going to do it. Who else is in here? I see M is in the building. If you're going to jump in and do fantasy football with us, he is motivated to send me that direct message. I know Mile High said that. Miss Lex, how do you feel? Kenyatta, do you guys want to do, Annie, will you do the fantasy football? If you haven't done it, that's okay. Let us know. If you want to do fantasy football, the Mason Mob Fantasy Football, you get to pick your team. Let's do it. Let's get it started here as soon as possible because the season's going to start. We're going to have a lot of fun. We'll get that going. If you want to, you need to have Instagram. I need to have your information. Go on Instagram and send me a message, Brandon Mason Show. Don't forget, because I'm adding people right now. I already got Pitbull Mama. I got Brittany. I got Kenyatta. I got Miss Lex. I got Mile High. Annie. Everybody send me a direct message on Instagram, Brandon Mason Show, so I can get you set up for the Fantasy Football League. I'm going to get that going. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing that. And before we sign off today, before I finish up the conclusion of what I want to do about it, I want to just mention something real quick before we go into the final situation here. I will tell you this. We have a lot that's going on with our platform. I cannot wait for the games, the live entertainment with the games right here, starting in preseason, all the way into season week 1, week 2, all the way into the playoffs, into the Super Bowl. We have a meeting scheduled today at 3 o'clock with a big time. There's an agency, there's a sponsorship, there's all kind of stuff going. Everyone that's part of the Brandon Mason Show, Mason Mob, you will be a part of that, I promise you. If we sign a big deal like we're working on right now, it will come back to you, I promise you that. We have a lot of MVPs that are always pushing our platform, helping us build and grow. I greatly appreciate you. That means a lot to me. But I want to say this before we sign off today, how much that means. Tomorrow we're live. We're doing the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow morning. Dallas Cowboys. Be here at 9:55. The countdown starts at 10. 9:55. I want you guys to be here early. 9:55 so we can communicate right here. Write it down. 9:55 tomorrow morning, because as this grows, I'm telling you right now, when the season starts and thousands of people in here, I want to be able to communicate with you guys, the people that were in here from day one, as this grows and we get into the play-by-plays. I'm excited for that. We got, again, Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday Night Football every week, 3 games every single week, all the way into the playoffs and then into the Super Bowl. We also have games at 9:30 in the morning that are over in London. There's a couple of those games. We're going to put them on because they're in London, yada, yada, yada. You guys will get those emails beforehand. You'll know when we are. When I send an email out, open it and scroll down. You're going to see exactly what we're talking about that day. That's why I do that. Every single night before, I say, boom, game tomorrow or live tomorrow morning. We got this. If we have a live guest on the show, I'm going to put that announcement as well in there for you guys the day before. Before we sign off today, if you guys put one more time in the chat, happy birthday, Brittany, my wife. Her birthday is today. She is phenomenal. She's a big part of what we do, how our life moves, how we grow. We have 4 beautiful kids. And when I'm on this platform, when I'm talking, I got to get ready to start traveling from state to state. We're not going to country to country at the moment, state to state. Start moving around, talking to people, connecting, all these sports platforms, all these agencies, and these big-time sponsor deals that start happening. I just want to say she's a big part of what we do, and she helps us grow. And I look forward to meeting every single one of you guys in the live stream when I go state by state. Happy birthday, Brittany. We greatly appreciate you. Throw the dice in the chat. Everybody right now, happy birthday. Put the hearts in the chat. Put the peach in the chat. Pitbull Mama brought the peach to the chat, so we appreciate that. Thank you, Brittany. We love you. We appreciate you. Guys, it's been great to connect this morning. Every day, we're morning. Tomorrow, we're live for the Dallas Cowboys conversation. We're going to dive into the full Dallas Cowboys roster. We're going to go in super detail, the offense, the defense, Dak Prescott, everybody tomorrow morning, live on the show, 9:55. Be here. And when the season starts, listen, after games, we have guests coming on, hanging out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys are going to like seeing those special guests pop on here. You guys make this possible. You guys make this great. I greatly appreciate what you guys do. I will see you guys tomorrow, 9:55. Listen, don't come at 10 o'clock. Come at 9:55. Be here waiting. Bullshit with me. If you guys going to be here, Mile High said drop the shots. You know we're going to have the shots going during the play-by-plays. I got to tell you, I never took more shots in my life. In the NBA Finals, I was like, holy shit. I'm taking more shots than I ever played in my life. Now, I'm an alcoholic here. No offense to alcoholics, but I'm not. I was just trying to have a bit of fun. I said, oh, this shit, I got my cigars right here still. I got my drinks right here. We have alcohol sponsorships coming in. We got those right here. Those also go to you guys. And so I'm sitting here going, woo, a lot of drinking going on. but we're having a good time. We got those sponsors. I appreciate you guys. We had a lot of fun today. There's going to be a lot going on. Miss Lex, I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well out there in Texas. I know we had some issues. I know things were going on out there. Storms are coming in, no power. She was directly communicating with us saying, look, I want to be on the show. I got no power. Miss Lex, thank you. I appreciate you. You're a big part of what we do here. Everyone right now, drop the dice in the chat so I can announce your names as we get ready to sign off because you guys make this program better. Smack the like button on the way out. Pitbull Mama, thank you. I greatly appreciate you. You mean a lot to our program. And Miss Lex, thank you so much. I can't wait to have those drinks. Mile High with the USA flag. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate that. He is motivated, is in the building. Kenyatta, I appreciate you. Brittany, thank you. Happy birthday to you. You know I love you and support you. Thank you so much. Quito, how you feeling? I appreciate you. Thank you for joining our live stream this morning. I'm very, very excited to see what happens as we move forward. Tomorrow, we have the Dallas Cowboys conversation, topic, news and rumors going tomorrow. Make sure you hear 9:55. Annie, thank you. I appreciate you. You guys have a great rest of your day. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to sign off. We're going to have a good time tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great rest of your day.